Sorry about we had network failure, and I don't know where it got cut off from, but whatever the case might be, we are still reviewing the every Monday sit at home. I've said a whole lot of things. I don't think I'll be going back to saying them. You can watch the other parts later on so that we can move very swiftly. But in summary, we're talking about every Monday sit at home. How will it work? Why will it, can it be sustainable? That's part of the things we are reviewing. And I believe that will say a whole lot. I think on this section, people can call in and let us have a discussion. Those of you who are watching, you can call in through the number on the screen, +2348104545533. And this will be the last one that will be attempting in this live broadcast. Perhaps if we have the same experience of network failure, we may have to skip entirely and reconvey back later. We may have to skip and reconvey back later. Sorry about the whole mess. It's not our own making. We have a very horrible network situation in this part of the world. I believe it's coming out well. Let's hope. Let's hope more people are coming in gradually. Sorry about that interruption. And this interactive section is being messed up by some kind of network failure. For those of you who have called earlier, you can call back to make your submission. I think we've said enough. The review of the sit at home, from the time I suggested that street protests should be dropped and sit at home should be adopted. And it was adopted. I made the suggestion, I initiated it. So I cannot be against a sit at home. But what we are talking about is to make this very important and most powerful strategy the Biafran people have to press home their demand for their freedom. And why I'm saying that is for us to understand the peculiar nature of our people. We must have that understanding, very, very important. So that's why we are making this program so that we'll be able to seriously have a considerable discussion on this very topical issue. But if the network continues to flop, we may abandon it and reconvey back possibly on Friday during Biafra in view. So the lines you can call, the number right here, +2348104545533, for you to air your submission as we proceed in this very program. I also want to chip in very quickly, which I have not said in the previous series of this very program today, that we have actually seen so many comments, people who condemn, we are destroyed, and the rest of them. People don't understand, especially those of you in the diaspora. You may not understand the way things happen here, the kind of things and how things happen here. Let me just put it that way. You are not in touch with the grassroots. And those in Nigeria, those in Biafran land, many of them lack the mental capacity to review situation and pass it to those who are making decisions for them to make proper decisions and properly informed. Now let me inform you that once the whole market is shut down, majority of our people are traders. Majority of our people don't depend on government salary for their living. And I must tell you before I proceed that government people, whether you are doing sit at home to give away with the government people, the civil servants, the state government, these politicians, they are not affected. Much more going to Abuja, they are not affected in terms of because of that. It's not because we are traders, that's why we won't sit at home. No. But because the enemies will start sowing the seed in them. We'll start using that loop, we'll start advertising to discredit the sit at home. And I can tell you, if the government succeeds in opening up the market, in opening up like main markets or China markets, Mbuka market, all of these markets are open. Let me tell you, even if you bring armored car on the street, you still see our people going to market. That is to tell you the kind of survival instinct our people have. Hey, now, something will happen, somebody is shot dead now, here, now, continue with our now. That is the mentality of our people. Everybody is just after himself. Everybody is pursuing because that survival instinct is there. Government is not helping them pay school fees, house rent, medical care, and the rest of them. So they have a whole lot. They are under pressure. There are some people who work. And considering all of this, these people who want to truncate, who want to destroy this very precious strategy and instrument Biafra people have, which is sit-at-home protest, they will start sowing a seed. You saw what is happening in Imo State. They sponsored the politicians there, perhaps, possibly the governor, sponsored youth to troop out on the street to say no to sit at home. Because of it is every Monday stuff. They are catching in on that very, no, my own is every Monday sit at home. Let the politicians not cash into it to destroy the little we have been able to galvanize. That is my own position. And that is why I have strongly advised against every Monday sit at home. Very, very important. Quote me anywhere. Very, very important. Very, very important. You saw the one that happened at Ogidi. And if you leave it, it will start spreading. It will start spreading. Before you know what is happening, it will water down. And it will get to the point that even when Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court, it will be like nothing happened. But if we sit at home, on the day Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, everywhere will shut down. The world will start asking questions, what is happening? I see that no one will there is injustice in Nigeria. A man fighting for the freedom of their people is going to cause trial. It will make sound. And I believe the lawyers are doing their bit to make sure that they battle it out with the Nigerian state in the court. But for the people to now water down that effective protest, my dear, it will backfire. Now, talking about the woman whom her goods were destroyed. That woman, many people have applauded that action against the woman. But we are not seeing it from a deeper perspective. We are not looking at it from a deeper perspective. In the sense that that woman is not about her loss, but about the loss of the confidence of our people in the process. Now let me tell you, where the thing happened is at Awada. Awada is a neighborhood where let me just put it, 70% of people living in Awada are mostly young bachelors, single bachelors. Many of them don't even have stove to cook in their house. They depend on every morning they will leave for market in the morning. In the market, that's where they take their morning food, their breakfast, their lunch, and their evening food. Now, when you lock down on Monday, nobody has gone to work. All of them are in their house. And in a situation where things work, in abroad, especially those of you living in diaspora, you can agree with me that when some kind of lockdown is, put in place, just like we experienced in COVID-19, they make provision that will help the people not feel the weight, like cooking and the rest of them. That it is the nature of our people to even organize a public cooking that somebody will volunteer effect so that people will say, this is our own. So that people will have confidence. Now this woman, how much do you think she can make from that one pot of rice? But let me tell you, many people apart from that woman depend on that pot of rice to survive that day. To eat that mama put of 200 naira so as to hold and quench their hunger. That bread seller is there to service those who are sitting at home, so that who cannot have any food in their house can use one loaf of bread to feed the children. These are the things we are not putting into consideration. It is not about the woman that lost a pot of rice, but about thousands of people who depend on such little service, who are already observing sit at home. These are part of the things we have to be putting in place in terms of consideration. Now, any people who saw that, we say, is that how we're going to do in Biafra? Is that how we're going? And the enemies will start sowing that seed, we start selling that ideas to them. Before you know what is happening, we will start fighting and killing ourselves for nothing. That is just my position. And when I said, let us go and pat the woman at the back, we are going to record it. We are going to tell the world this is not the kind of Biafra it was overzealous. In fact, we cannot even take the credit because we don't even know who did that. But the truth of the matter is that Biafra is not about violence, Biafra is not about killing, Biafra is not about, such kind of scenario. By patting the woman at the back and showcasing the love for the freedom of our people, it will boost the morale of our people who might be nursing, whom the enemy might be sowing a seed in their heart against the entire process. That confidence will be restored. That is the angle we are looking at it, and not from the angle of those who live in the diaspora and give applaud. And some people will say, hey, if you do it, it will give other people the ground to open up during lockdown or sit at home. No, it will not. Because once the market are shut down, everybody have shut down. No market is open, no business is in place. Those mushrooms, neighborhood, when I mean neighborhood, Nimo, can those things in there, man? Nimo. So that is the situation of things. So that we will be able to nurture this sit at home and make it more effective. And that is the position we have taken, and that is why we are advising our people to understand this very simple narrative, very, very simple narrative, and review this every Monday sit at home. My own is to deliver the message, advice, then it is left for those who take the decisions and those who enforce it to now heed and do the needful. And at this point, I have delivered the message, and I appreciate everyone for your view, for your contribution, for your whatever effort you are putting in this entire process. But let us make decision without committing blunders, so that this process will take us to the promised land. And I think on this, I will wrap it up on today's program, and I believe the message has been delivered, just like I did in 2015 and in 2016. The message is coming forth again. Our people, we should take heed and do the right thing. I'm also Chile Peters. I'm signing out saying, may God bless you. Stay safe at all times, and don't lose hope in the process. Biafran people will be free, because it is an inherent right of the indigenous people to be free from every oppression. Thank you for watching this far, and may God keep you all. I'm signing out. Stay safe.